So what I would do is I would get them all together, get organized, and push them out. And when you push them out, some of the groups can say, hey, let's go over here, some groups can say, let's go somewhere else. So we might be defined two different areas at the same time. So that's why sometimes I would fit it play. But I do know, I've worked for the last 7 years, this section in program, that our response time is very good for.
Let me sit down when you're just. Sure.
Over here, it's just an officer safety issue, I just can't. They're not gonna leave, they only see one squad car. When they see multiple squad cars, they see them organized, that's when they start to push them out of here, and that's when they take off.
Many of the cars that have been apprehended, and I wonder if they are, what do you do with the cars? Is it impounded for life, or, what happens if they're caught?
We do have a unit that when we get specific vehicle information, a lot of the time, unfortunately, they do take the plates off, there's nothing. But on occasion, when we do have it, our officers can get this here, we're always monitoring the cameras for that information. We have a unit that goes out to their homes and tow these vehicles, impound these vehicles. And they have to go through the process to get them back.
Why take them back?
They pay their fines and, get their tickets and they get their property back, unfortunately. It's a headache for us in the neighborhood when they're doing this, but we can't take it.
So Rich, when it happened last summer, more frequent, Archer Nashville, Archer Oak Park, when it happened on Archer Nashville, Commander came out and they responded, and 2 cars had their tires popped by the, the strips. Those 2 cars were impounded, and they were from Round Lake Beach. So, the sergeant's correct. They come from everywhere. Thank God that both of you have put up those banners that you see. That has deterred it big time. Yes, Mary Ann, we spoke with CDOT about that. They can't do the banners there. It's too big of an intersection. And because of the fire station. So we just got to stay on it, call 911, and just keep trying to nip it in the bud. Well, CDOT has to replace those, so we'll talk to the public and staff. Anybody have any more questions? For our policeman? How about a big hand for our policeman? These guys do a great job. And I want to ask the sergeant if he wants to say anything else.
Because anyone that wasn't here, my name is Sergeant Mark Raffin. I worked in the district for the last 7 years. I've been supervisor for mostly the last 10 years of this district, so I'm familiar with some of the things that we're talking about tonight that are going on, and we're building different strategies to attack this stuff. So I was very proactive on this end of the district with making stops and getting on top of things. And maybe a year and a half ago, it was really bad with the car thefts, and we got together, I got my guys together, and figured out together how they were in the district, how they were getting cars, what routes they were taking, and once they started seeing our cars over there, they pretty much ended almost within a week or two when we saw something that the presence and saw that. While I am in this position, I know I have some very good shoes to fill. Sergeant Okoka, he's doing a great job. I look forward to building a strong relationship with you also. While I'm in the position, I'm not doing the job. Starting next month, will be my 23rd year of service. So I worked in 7 different districts. All of them have brought it up to the 8th district. I worked in 7th district, Inglewood, and I worked in the 9th district, which was kind of the Bridgeport area, but it goes very far west in the district. So I'm familiar, and like I said, I look forward to helping guys with their issues and getting things involved. Thank you.
Thank you, Sergeant. And we're happy you're here, and you're going to love our group, and you're going to love the community. Thank you for being here. Yeah, you got a question?
So, not really sure who addressed
So if there's no more questions for the officers, we're gonna move on to our agenda.
I got one more.
Yeah, Rich.
The address of 5335 South Mary Canyon. I tracked this adult white male, long gray hair, on a bicycle, from his house, down my alley. I live on 54th and Nagle. He goes down the alley, around the Italian restaurant, off of, on Mary Canyon,
Right,
He
sure,
does
yes.
dope deals, he does dope deals right out in front. So 2 weeks ago, he's coming back after a dope deal, I walked out of my gate, and I said, I know what you're doing, you're being watched, get your house. He's on a bicycle, I don't see the bike out there now, but that house, there's a dope deal in there.
What time of day is this occurring?
Hey, but after twice I caught him, and it's been like afternoon, and the car that comes up is a black four-door sedan. And they're either exchanging dope or money.
Okay. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
it's so obvious, I watched it.
All right, I'll give this information to our mission intent.
I think it was passed already, but I'm just bringing it up again.
Okay. I'll follow up with them and see what happens.
Thank you.
We gotta get you a Leader Watch shirt. What size do you
You
take?
don't want to get me in trouble.
You can do that on your own. Okay, well, thank you, Rich. So we're gonna move on. I'd like to just say our banking update. Debbie, our treasurer's not here, but the neighborhood watch are things that we run to generate money, to make donations. We made a nice donation to the 8th District Barbecue and the fund that they have. So these guys do a lot for us. We know they do. So anything we can do to help them.
I think the staff from 23rd Ward is over there,
Mike,
and I'm going to walk up
where do you
there.
have business?
You can go with me, and I'm going to ask them if they have any reason not to open the door when I try to represent the residents of 23rd Ward. You don't have to say nothing. You're completely out of it. I have witnesses. I have other people. I just want to have them on the record. Whatever they're going to say. Okay? So you record it. I'm going to ask them questions, and we walk out. That's it.
If you ever see anybody over there doing something they're not supposed to do, 911, please. Let them know exactly where you're at. Tracy, I was going to come up for a minute. Tracy's going to touch base on the Ella Fresh Light the Line barbecue, the donations that we received.
Hi, it's not for the barbecue, it was, Light and Line, they were out over the weekend, driving around, taking food, water, snacks to our police officers who were working 12 hours and their days off were called off. And, they were keeping us safe, and, I just want to thank the neighborhood for the people who made donations, water, juice, snacks, whatever it was that you gave, we really appreciate it. Cafe 63, they always come through for me whenever we're reaching out to the community for donations. They let us use them as a drop-off place, so thank you to Cafe 63. Sunday, Jewel over here, they donated 100 pounds of ice. We actually ran out of ice on Saturday, and Pastor JJ and Jim, they had to bring us ice over to the Daily Center. We were able to raise $420 for Ella's mom, Elizabeth French, and out of that, 200 of that was from an anonymous donor from my barbecue crew, and you know who you are. And so I just want to thank the community because it was a lot. The first night they ran out of Gatorade within an hour, so it was a lot. It was hot out there, but thank you all for what you did.
So when Tracy asked for donation, it's not going to her kids, it's going to police officers. So please feel free to donate in any way, shape, or form.
So what she's talking about was this past weekend was the Mexican Independence celebrations. Usually the last week is thrown up for grabs, but the 8th district was there in force and nothing happened, but these officers were there Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night. So Tracy and Light the Line went out there, gave them food, refreshments, you know, and just supported them. And they did a great job, and the community was nice and quiet.
And then I got one other thing. This Saturday is our celebration, right? It's at Kennedy High School. We're doing, for those of you watching us and all of you are here that are participating, Ed's going to talk about what's going to go on with the parking. We had to change the configuration this year. It's still going to be where it's at, but parking is going to be a little weird, and Ed will touch base on that.
Thank you, everybody. It won't be weird. It just will be a little different. What will happen is we're going to ask our vendors to come to where you normally come, and that's on the south lot, and you can unload your vehicles there at your location that's designated for you to sell at. And once you unload your vehicle, we want you to come out and go to the Kinsey School. We're going to park at Kinsey School. We're going to have people out there directing traffic to assist you if you're not sure exactly where to go. But it should be okay because you only need steps away from the vehicle. Yes.
Right, there's a big CBS teachers seminar going on, and a couple of the dates got crossed up, so it's going to work out. Like I said, there'll be guys out there helping direct traffic. If anybody wants to volunteer, come on out. You're not doing anything. Come out. Also, September 27th, we're having a community softball game against the 8th district. The 8th district has their guys and some girls, I think. And community put together a bunch of old guys
Ask
and
the
young
guy
guys.
over there
And
who is
should be
from
fun.
23rd Ward, and I'm going to ask
That's
you to
really
record
nice,
me, okay?
Believe me.
You can call.
I'll go to you first.
We have no, but you can go on anyway. It's September 27th, 10 a.m. to 1. We're going to have food trucks out there. There'll be a DJ. So it's Oakland Park. And it should be a lot of fun.
I know who you are rooting for, right? Awesome.
All right, Alexis is going to talk about another event.
So in
I don't mean to interrupt you guys, okay?
An
But I
event
got a
and
question.
for the kids.
This is the resident of 23rd Ward. I also have a property in 23rd Ward. Do you guys have any reason not to open the doors? Could you ask the alderman why that's happening?
I can
So
go
as soon as we get
What
the
is-
dates.
what is your name,
it's
please?
gonna be
Emma.
Emma, and your name, ma'am? Barbara.
We'll put it out so
Pleasure to meet you
everybody
guys.
Nice to meet
knows.
you.
I hope this kind of attitude stops immediately.
Officers will be
I
there.
represent
We'll have
some of the
pizza.
neighbors,
So it'll be
and the
nice
neighbors are
event.
very upset that I'm not
You have to
allowed to go and
register.
represent
So
them or
check
translate
out our
for them.
Facebook
Matter of
to make
fact,
sure you get
somebody from the 23rd
All right, I'd like to
Ward
introduce
called one
Pastor
of the
JJ again from
residents'
the Chamber of
daughter,
Commerce.
threatened that person that if he comes in, elderly senior citizen, comes in with me
Good to see everyone.
at the office on 63rd Street,
Just to let you know,
he will not only delay his issues with his windows, leaking gas in his property.
You're curious,
Shut
oh,
yourself,
I missed
okay?
something. Where could I find that information? Well,
But
you go, it's
not only
on
prolonging
Bear with me.
the process,
Midway
he
Chamber.
might never get it done.
.org.
So
Okay, great.
please
See,
advise
you guys
the
have
older
this.
women
So
to take
also when you
this
think
very
about this, these are
serious.
all local
Thank
businesses
you.
that
Bye-bye.
support the community.
That's
So whenever you're thinking about a different business or you want something, you want to go to a restaurant, want to look at a bank, want to look at people doing crafts, these